G'day guys, I'm Matt Brand and this is the 2020 Mazda MX-5. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I was told I'd be reviewing the 2020 Mazda MX-5, I was a bit nervous. You see, the MX-5 has to have one of the largest car communities I've come across. By the way, they're also one of the loveliest car communities, having interacted with a lot of them. But it is universally loved by everyone, car journalists included. And frankly, the MX-5 is a fantastic car, but I wouldn't buy one for myself. Again, not a bad car, but I'll explain why. Now, as always, if you are new around here, please do go down there and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. I release an awesome new car review every single week. And while you're down there, please do hit the like button. It really helps small content creators like me. Also, yes, I am horrifically burnt, but that's not because of the MX-5. I finally decided to go out after 6 months of lockdown here in Melbourne, and this is what I get. I put on loads of sunscreen today, so I'm gonna be red like a tomato, but hopefully I won't get any more burnt. Let's just get straight into the review. Starting with the front, and the front is just incredible. In true roadster fashion, the bonnet is half of the car. And honestly, it's just insane how stunning the MX-5 is. Keeping true to Mazda's latest Kodo design language, the MX-5 is extremely simple. Up front, of course, you have your headlights, which are actually very small and also house one of the smallest daytime running lights I have ever seen. It's almost the size of my thumb. It's that small. But they are very functional, very bright. And then down the bottom are more lights, big LED strips, but again, it's just simple. And then apart from the big grille, which is something like a smiley face, nothing else really is going on with the front. Sitting in the car though tells a completely different story. You can see big haunches, like flared fenders. Oh, it's such a beautiful look. But otherwise, that's it. And that's awesome. Sometimes less is more. This is a perfect example of that. So how about the side? And again, it's just so sleek, so elegant. The 17-inch alloys are beautiful in their looks, truly stunning, especially when the light hits them at like the perfect angle, the way that they're grayed out. Very cool look. And they also work well with the premium polymetal gray paint, which is like a blue, gray, I don't know, it's just lovely. The doors take up about a third of the side of the MX-5, but they are frameless. They look cool too. And what's quite funny is the giant aerial right at the back, something straight out of the 90s. It is huge, massive. It's hilarious. About the quirkiest thing you'll see on this car. Also have a look at the front 3/4 and the rear 3/4 angles. Just bask in how beautiful it is. Truly stunning. And then the rear again is just so simple, like the front. It almost mimics the design. You have two rear LED lights, which, I mean, they look pretty decent. Nothing spectacular. Down the bottom are the reverse lights, kind of mimicking the front LEDs. And then apart from the rear camera and the rear Mazda badge, that's it. Again, I love it. I'll also add that the C-pillars at the back add a really nice touch. Very sporty looking. And you get those, of course, because this is the RF, or retractable fastback, i.e. it's a hardtop Targa. And it looks great. And by the way, for all you people who love to see roofs open, well, here it is. In all, it takes 12 seconds. It's a simple enough process, but just note you can't do it over 10 kilometers an hour. So I would definitely recommend pulling over if you want to do it. I think the only way I can describe the looks of the MX-5 is elegant and beautiful. It's a true art piece, nay, masterpiece. It is a masterpiece of design. And even though this is tiny, especially at just 1,100 kilos, even with this hardtop roof, it still has a ginormous presence on the road. And honestly, is a real head turn. I can't tell you how many people have been looking at the car, although they might have been looking at the tomato driving the car. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. What do you think looks better? Do you prefer the looks of this Mazda MX-5, or do you prefer the looks of the Toyota 86? I know they're not direct competition, but in terms of competition, it's about as close as it gets. So let me know in the comments below. Now I want to move on to the interior, and I want to start with the overall look, layout, and feel. The MX-5's interior is a very premium place to be. There are soft touch materials everywhere, and even the hard plastics, well, they feel pretty good. It is a sea of black plastics in here though, so I would recommend getting something like the tan interior to brighten things up. Although I will say, I like the fake carbon inserts dotted around the interior. Also, you better like the color of the exterior of your car because that's part of the paneling inside, and quite a substantial amount too. Although I like this polymetal grey. I like it. In terms of ergonomics and practicality, well, I'm 5'11" and I'm pretty comfortable in here. The steering wheel is tilting and telescoping, and the seat, although manually adjusting, is easy to get into a comfortable position. Although I would say if you're above about 6'1", I think you'd struggle to fit in here because my seat is pretty much all the way back. Practicality is, well, there's no getting away from it. It's poor. You do get a small cubby between the seats, although that is in lieu of losing a glove box. You have a very small center armrest that you can fit about your keys, and pretty much that's it. There's a small place for your phone, which is pretty good. And you do get 2 cup holders, and there is like a smart little area that you can plug it in, but it's very flimsy. It wobbles about a lot. Excuse me here while I give it a bit of sauce. Oh, mate. Oh my God. I love cars. I love cars. Anyway, so yeah, storage isn't that great, but in terms of I/O, you actually get quite a lot. You get 2 USBs up front and an aux jack. Certainly wasn't expecting 2 USBs. It's nice to have, although I can't seem to find a 12-volt socket. So that might be a bit of a miss. In all, ergonomics are fine, and practicality is a little bit on the poor side. But I mean, what did you expect from a tiny 2-seater roadster? What did you expect? Moving on now, and the seats are super duper comfy. Even though I'm missing lumbar support, it's pretty supportive down there anyway, so I'm not too mad about that. These black leather seats that you get on the RF GT, well, I mean, I rate them. I quite like them. The seats are also heated, and you do get Bose speakers in the headrest because you get the Bose package in this RF GT, and it is fantastic. Having the speakers in the headrest, it's so easy to have a conversation with someone on the phone, even at 80 kilometers an hour with the roof down. It's really that good. And I will say, generally speaking, you definitely want to go for the Bose sound system. It's a whole lot better than the base 6-speaker system that you would get otherwise. The steering wheel, again, absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit on the thin side, but it feels super premium, especially to hold in the hands. I love the white stitching that wraps around it. And better yet, it's just functional. On the left-hand side, you have your media controls, and you've also got your digital instrument controls and your phone controls. And then on the right-hand side, you have your cruise controls, and that's about it. And it doesn't come with adaptive cruise control, which is a little bit of a shame, but I'm not too upset about that, especially for a manual car. And despite weighing only 1,100 kilos, it does get a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, so it's a very safe car too. Surprisingly, the instrument cluster brings you back to basics. In the center is a giant tachometer, super easy to read. I love it. To the right of that is a small speedometer, and I kind of wish that that had a digital speed readout, but it doesn't, and that's okay. And then on the left-hand side, you get a very easy to read digital screen. It's bright, color accurate. It doesn't show very much useful information apart from fuel usage and range, but it's still pretty good. In terms of infotainment, we have a 7-inch MZD infotainment screen, which is Mazda's way of calling their infotainment screens. And I would call it all right. Even though the graphics are quite washed out and the screen is a bit hard to see, especially in bright sunlight, it's very responsive to the touch, and it's also very functional. You get digital radio, you get navigation, you also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. How about the air conditioning controls? Well, they're pretty good. They feel a little bit cheap, I'm not gonna lie, but they are super easy to use and super intuitive. So I really like them. Really no complaints there. And of course, because this is a sports car, we have to talk about the manual shifting. First of all, the gear shifter is just, it's so good. It has the shortest throws I have ever experienced on any car, and that's a great thing. It's nice and notchy, and so you really feel connected to the road. The clutch is like the perfect amount of springiness. It's not too hard, not too soft. It is one of the easiest manuals I have ever driven, and that's a pretty good thing. Now, in terms of boot space, on paper it's awful. 127 liters is nothing, but that tells half the story. When you actually go in there, you can fit quite a lot of things within it. I've managed to fit 4 full-size backpacks and a duffel bag in there with no issues and room to spare. So don't fret too much if you want to take this out on a longer trip. I also want to talk about what makes the MX-5 an MX-5, and that is being a convertible. Now, you can get it in a full soft top convertible, or you can get it in this retractable fastback, i.e. hard top Targa, meaning the back doesn't close. The experience is just incredible. Let me give you an example. The other night I was driving, it was nighttime, I decided to put the roof down. I didn't have any music playing, I just had these seat warmers on, and that was it. And I was there with my thoughts for 20 minutes, stars above me. It was a magical experience. And it was so therapeutic after this year, COVID-19. Wow, what a drag. But it was amazing. And wow, that's why you buy a Mazda MX-5 anyway. And personally, I prefer the RF. And even though the convertible is really, really cool, I kind of prefer having that more enclosed space, because when you're sitting here, it feels like a full convertible. It's only when you look back do you actually see that, but I kind of prefer it. It gives a bit more privacy, I find. I like it. Excuse me here while I give it a bit of sauce. Oh. True driver's car. True driver's car. Of course, what you want to know is, how does the MX-5, oh my God, how does it drive? Well, I think you can guess what I'm going to say. It's amazing. It truly is a driver's car. Powering the MX-5 is a naturally aspirated 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, and it pumps out 135 kilowatt of power and 205 newton meters of torque. All of that power is sent to the rear wheels, of course, through a limited slip differential and this 6-speed manual transmission. And it brings you back to basics. There's no sport mode, there's no turbo. You have to wring out this car to get every single kilowatt of power, and I love that. Now I'm gonna say something contentious here. Don't put a turbo on it, because then you have to live by the turbo band and you can't wring it out. There's no point. You see, peak power comes in at 7,000 RPM and the redline is 7,500 RPM. The car rewards you for throttling it, and it's awesome. It takes you back to the old VTECs of Honda. And I know it's such a cliche at this point to say that you don't need any more power, but you truly don't. The car feels really quick because you're so low to the ground, and also because you have to wring it. And it is quite quick. The 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 is, around 6.7 seconds. And it feels it. A lot of people give me flack because I say 7 seconds feels quick, but it does. Maybe it's because I drive quite a few slow cars as well, but it feels fast. Fast enough anyway. But of course, it's not all about how quick a car is in a straight line to make it a sports car. No, it's also about how it handles, how it rides. Steering is really precise. You of course have your limited slip differential, so you could do stupid stunts like that. Surprisingly, there is actually quite a lot of body roll, but it's manageable, and a lot of owners do lower their cars by around about 5 millimeters, and that pretty much eliminates all of that. And to be honest, it adds a bit of theater to the drive. Of course, when you want it to be, it's super fun. It's super fun. But then you get to cruising speeds and you're just driving on the highway. It is so comfortable. It really is the best of both worlds, considering you don't get adaptive dampers. Again, I don't mind. It's a perfect driver's car. It really, really is. And yeah, it's easy to mod, but I wouldn't. I just keep it as is. And in terms of fuel economy, that's also really good. 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers. I'm really surprised because Mazda aren't usually very, very known for their fuel conserving engines, but this is pretty good, especially for a naturally aspirated engine. So I've said all these good things about the Mazda MX-5, and it is a fantastic car. But then why wouldn't I buy one? Well, to be honest, for me, it comes down to practicality and also a lot of the emotion. I don't feel very attached to this car. A lot of people do, don't get me wrong. I don't. Yes, it is a fantastic car to drive, but it hasn't been one of those cars where I'm like, I want to get in and just drive it all the time. And that's okay. That doesn't mean this is a bad car. No, it's a fantastic car. But this RF GT here as spec with the premium paint, that's $53,274. And I think there's no shying away from the fact that that is expensive. Now, yes, this car doesn't really have any competition, and so it has a right to be priced at that. And you do get a convertible experience sports car. So maybe it is reasonably priced. But personally, for my money, I would rather have the i30N. Maybe it's an age thing, maybe it's an immaturity thing, call it what you want. That car gave me more fun, gave me more thrill, and was more me. And again, that is okay. I'm not saying this is a bad car. This is a fantastic car, and I would be honored to own one, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy one. There would be cars I would purchase before I bought this one. That's the great thing about being human. We have preferences. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do go down there and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I release an awesome new car review every week. And while you're down there, please do hit the like button. It really helps small content creators like me. If you want to watch my i30N hatch review, do click over there. It's a great video and it's a lot of fun to make that one too. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next week.